Hey, I'm Scott Wiener from Scott's Pizza Tours and Slice Out Hunger, here with Flavors of New York on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, right on the edge of Boerum Hill and Cobble Hill, where we're going to check out a Detroit pizzeria called Nate's Detroit Pizza. Let's go.
Hello, what's up, my guy?
How are you?
How
Good
are
to see you, man.
Good to see you again.
I love being here, man. This
Come
is
on in, come
such
on
a funky spot.
Pull up a lawn chair.
You don't mind? Great. How'd you land on Nate's? Besides it being your own
Well, it's a
name?
weird thing because, like, putting your name on your business is a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I know.
It can go great or not. But I just wanted something as descriptive as possible. I didn't try to be cute. I didn't try to come up with, like, a Guns and Butter or, like, some Detroit. I just wanted it to be simple. Nate's Detroit Pizza. And actually, that came from a business magazine I worked for. It's called Crane's Detroit Business. I was the food journalist there. And the name was so simple. And I kind of just honestly still that idea is just Crane's Detroit Business, Nate's Detroit Pizza. Just
it's
works.
it's personal. You are Nate. It's your pizza, and it's Detroit Pizza, which is that helps people understand what to expect.
It's kind of cool though. The logo. My friend from Detroit actually made this logo for free. Yeah, I didn't know he was doing it. He designed it, sent me an email, and said, "Hey, I got something for you." I opened it, and it was a perfect logo. And then like the three lines are a 9x3 pan.
Okay, I was going to ask you. I was like,
Yeah.
Are those stripes of sauce on top of
It
a
is.
pizza?
It's exactly what it is.
Okay.
And so it's also in like the proportion of a pizza, which I thought was really cool. So and it's like something really special. It's like I don't know how many people making Detroit pizza in New York can like claim that kind of real connection to the city.
Does it matter?
I think so. Only way to have authentically Detroit pizza is to have the people from Detroit support your pizza.
Yeah,
and
but
people are gonna get mad at that because like who really cares? But to me, it's an important connection. Because I'm not trying to sound but Detroit doesn't have a ton. Like it's export, like it had like it doesn't have a ton.
Yeah.
But it has this pizza that it's sitting on that is incredible, and the people that are like claiming it or bringing it to New York have no connection to the city. The people of Detroit are just looking at outsiders taking another piece of culture from them in a way. I didn't want to make a replica of a pizza that Detroiters get in Detroit and come here and just have a lesser version of what they know.
Yeah.
This is like what would happen if Detroit pizza went through 10 years of New York and then became something.
Well, it's like the beauty of this style is that it's so flexible. Other styles are less flexible. This is one that you can make your tweak because, I mean, you'll be the first to even say what you're making is your perspective on Detroit pizza.
If I took this pizza to Detroit, it would be different than all other pizza there.
Yeah, which is great.
It has to be.
In my opinion, the thing that makes this work so well is the fact that it is different. That it's your own beast.
It's like I love all pizza. It's not like I just only love Detroit pizza. But there's some really good Neapolitan pizza here. There's some really good New York pizza here. There's a lot of people doing a lot of excellent iterations of that. And I think it's a lot harder. For me, I didn't have as much to. It's weird. It's not that I didn't have as much to say in that space. It's just it's not something that I strategized around. I was making Detroit pizza. I was making New York pizza at the same time in my apartment. I was importing brick cheese from a place in Wisconsin, like 5-pound bricks of it. And the more I ate New York pizza, the further away I got from that. And it just, to me, it wasn't as good. And this was a different thing. And so I actually brought a friend from Detroit to New York. And he's really excited to eat my pizza. And he goes, "Man, you got to get rid of this mozzarella." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "It doesn't have the same flavor in the crust." I was like, "It's not going to."
Trying to replicate Detroit pizza.
Exactly.
But it's Nate's Detroit Pizza. It's not Nate making Detroit pizza.
I don't call it Detroit style pizza either.
No,
it's not. This is a different thing. And like what the interesting thing about New Yorkers in this pizza is that they hate it, they eat it, they love it. And what I mean by that is, we went to Putnam and Tompkins in Bed-Stuy every Sunday for Open Streets. This isn't like fancy Bed-Stuy. This is real, And the first week we were there, we got so many people saying, "Oh, fuck no, Detroit pizza, get out of here, get out of here." And I would say, "Look, try a slice. If you don't like it, I'll buy it back." Every one of them, I'd never bought a slice back. And as a matter of fact, people come from Bed-Stuy to Cobble Hill to get this pizza. So it's really cool,
Yeah. Let's take a little tour of what you got going on behind the scenes.
Oh, cool. So, it's interesting. So this is the Supreme Hot Honey, Truffle, Hawaiian, Pepperoni, and cheese over there.
So, okay, walk me through what makes this pizza Detroit style.
Okay, so the first is like just the shape. It's square. You see that it's
Right.
square.
Rectangle, technically.
Right. The way that it's constructed, I think, is really important. It's dough, cheese, sauce, and then we put the meat on top. Feel that if you put the meat on the bottom, it steams instead. It gets really crispy.
I like some places in Detroit I know are stuck on that.
So,
I'm with you.
Right. So you really want this strong. I like a really strong crust. Because we use fresh mozzarella, the sugars really give it a deep caramelization, but the bottom of our pizza is never burnt. It's always perfect, right?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. And so this is like a lot of complexity to it. I want to show you a cheese slice though, because this does something really cool. And you might want to get this. I'll just bring it over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so check it out. So the way we cook our pizza is a little different. Some places pour the sauce on top. We cook our tomato sauce into the pizza, and because it cooks so long, the sugars in the actual tomatoes begin to caramelize, which gives it a much deeper flavor because we don't put a lot of stuff in our sauce at all.
This is just tomato?
Yeah.
And nothing else besides salt, oregano, garlic?
No way.
Nothing. Tomato.
Dude, we do really good tomatoes, really good salt,
These
really
California
good olive oil.
tomatoes.
Plum tomatoes, yeah. We started with DOP tomatoes, but I mean, you just have to be conscious of price, And like, I don't want to charge $10 a piece.
But this is beautiful. It reduces so nicely.
Yeah,
And what you're saying is that you cook the tomato on the pizza instead of adding it after, like some people do.
Exactly, and the reason for that, too, is like this is truly a New York pizza in a Detroit body, and I just felt like putting it on at the end is not great. But when I started doing this at home, I started really loving this caramelization and the sugars and the tomatoes. It's funny, people are like, what do you put in there? And I don't have an answer for them. It's just the way that we cook it. The Maillard reaction on the tomatoes really adds a lot.
Good tomato. This is not a typical restaurant space. What is going on in this place?
So we were just making pizza out of this kitchen, and then we were doing 2 pop-ups a night. So my partner and I, we'd each go to a different place, and we would just sell, like that way we were doubling sales, doubling exposure, and building a name. And as soon as like they started seeing that we were getting traction, the owner of the space was like, hey man, do you guys want to build out of here? We'll give you guys some like really manageable rent to get started, and like as you grow, rent will grow. And so we're here, and we're close to outgrowing the space, so we're looking for a new one right now.
It's really wild, because you're not the only people operating out of the space,
No,
right?
no. There's
shared kitchen.
There's like 4 or 5 different chefs that kind of rotate in and out, but what's kind of cool is since we've like gathered people around pizza, now they're starting to do their own pop-ups while we do ours. So like outside there'll be like cookies, they're doing like Indonesian food too.
I met the guy from Indonesia.
And we're doing pizza, so it's pretty cool. Like pizza's bringing people in, and they're like kind of able to do something off of that. Yeah.
But it like this it feels like a pop-up in here, but it's a restaurant.
It is, and I think we're gonna keep that vibe.
I love the vibe.
Yeah, so like we don't have a lot of money. And I don't want to take on investors, and we're looking for spaces. So like whatever we do, man, it's going to be lawn chairs, plastic tables. We're probably going to do a little bit more with it, but it's really going to like the whole idea for me is to recreate the feel of like hanging on somebody's back porch or in their garage, or just like music on, food's out.
I definitely feel like I'm not like supposed to be here.
Well, what's so funny is like everybody, no matter how like affluent or not you are, when you sit in a lawn chair with a piece of pizza, you just relax.
Oh, totally. Well, and it's always leaning back.
Yeah, we're gonna get red Solo cups and just do it.
Oh,
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, I need to eat some pizza. What do we got? There's Supreme, there's hot honey, there's cheese, there's truffle, there's Hawaiian.
There's veggie. There's a Naked Supreme. But
what's a Naked Supreme?
The Naked Supreme is a marinara pie, and it's the sleeper pizza on the menu. No cheese.
Sweet.
It's the sleeper pizza on the menu.
Okay.
Instead of a cheese crust, we do a bacon crust.
Okay, can I check that out?
Yeah, you can.
Can I check out a Supreme?
Of course.
I gotta do a cheese.
You want to do a cheese, Supreme, and a Naked Supreme?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. And you know what? What the heck? Let's do a Hawaiian too.
You gonna do a Hawaiian?
Yeah, because like, I love haters.
Got you. All right, so let's make a fresh pie, and then we can get some really good slices. Everything just came out. Super fresh. So our dough is a 72-hour fermentation, and you can really see it come to life as we work through it. So, like here, you can see. Some places use like really press. Let's use my fingertips a little bit more. nice and airy and doughy and soft. So you really want to work the dough into the corners. You can cheat it a little bit with the cheese. Yeah.
You stretch every pie out to order. Or you proof some of them in the pan.
Some of them in the pan. We might start to press them out and leave them so that it's not so difficult to get it. You really don't want to fight this dough. Like if you're fighting this dough and it's stretching back, you're not going to have a very good pizza.
But I'm just asking, like, some of your doughs are proofing in that pan in its shape.
Yeah, so what that was last night, we were getting ready for, just in case we had other orders, and so some would get pressed out a little bit, but it never, like, got super warm, so it goes back in and then.
So your goal is to stretch them all per order.
Yes. Oh, I mean, we do. It's not a goal. It's like we might have, like, 4 or 5 ready to go, but so this is, I start in the corners, and I just press and I work my way around the pizza.
So you really get that edge.
Got to. Everything is about it's all about that crust. For us.
All about that base.
Yeah, you know, there's a place in Chicago called Pequod's.
Oh,
And that's the only pizza I've seen that really gets.
And you can ask for extra caramelization on that.
I didn't
and they will
even know
do it.
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You just gotta give me a pie, extra parm.
A little bit in the middle. See, like not too much. And this is really important. Is the sauce should lay on top of the cheese. It should not just spread out. So when you see it, it really sits up. Yep. It sits really on top of the pizza, and this allows for the caramelization of the tomatoes on top.
How do you crush your tomatoes?
By our hand, baby.
You do it all by hand.
Fuck yeah.
Well, because you can kind of tell, like, it's not uniform.
You know, we tried to do. I've done a lot of different like iterations, right? Because you could hit it with a wand for like a second. You know, I do not want any. I don't want any air to get into the sauce either. Yeah. So like you know, you don't want that pink. You know what I'm talking about.
With the bubbles.
Yes.
Wait, before you put anything on there,
yeah.
I just got to get a very, very quick 3 stripes tomato, 3 stripes on the logo, 3 stripes on the tomato, 3 stripes on the logo.
It's good.
I love it.
So this pepperoni is the only one. This is the one that gives you that really charred cup. For us, the other way to do it is to buy. We used to buy whole pepperonis and hand cut them, but it's just the amount that we go through now. You just can't. So unfortunately, we had to take that step.
These are natural casing.
Yep.
They're pork and beef.
Nope,
just pork.
I believe so.
I'd
have to
Which
check.
product is this?
Hormel?
It's the
pork and
Hormel
beef?
Rosa Grande.
Yeah. Is that all pork? Pork and beef?
50-50.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was.
I mean, we can double check, but
I'm gonna go with you. I'm pretty sure you're gonna know more than me.
I'm gonna say 90%.
Okay. All right.
But
So
those are
So there's that. Just a little bit.
Parmigiano.
Secret sauce right here. You line the edge of the pan.
That's smart. So you get real nice browning.
Exactly. That's it. All right, so here it is, the pizza that we just made. Old school style.
So which slice do you
You gotta go corn. I would do that one. I think that's the best slice of the pizza, man.
My eye went to that one first.
Go to that one. Go for it.
But no, yeah.
I like the extra crisp. Like to me, it's these 2 corners, man.
All right,
It's
man.
not
I'm
even
doing
close,
it.
Yeah.
I'll take a page from the book of you.
Yeah. So check it out. Aggressive crust, perfect bottom.
Wow, really
Every
does
time.
look good. And a great bake on the inside.
Yeah.
This is what they call a blind bake. So it's not like he par baked the shell. It goes in one shot. And which is really hard to make it bake thoroughly like he's done. So I am impressed.
I will crush first every time.
No. Oh, I saved the edge. The edge was like my dessert. Well, this has been great. Thanks a lot, Nate, for welcoming us into your kitchen. This is Scott coming to you from Brooklyn, Atlantic Avenue for Flavors of New York. We'll see you next time.